Okay. The lips. Okay, so you or may have not heard of That's My Wall of SsethTzeentach. Now, SsethTzeentach has been one of my favorite creators for a very long time. Now, I say that it's been one of my favorite creators, or they, him, I don't know. They have been one of my favorite creators for a very long time. I didn't know, but they actually have an origin video. This origin video is like 2 minutes long. We're going to watch it, and then I have another video actually lined up after that. So, this is the origin of SsethTzeentach. Enjoy.
My name is Ogutu Mebike. I was a child soldier born in Gamboma, Congo. After fighting many wars for my war chief, Mufasa.
Okay, I didn't know it was like this first of all. Okay, this is starting wild. Okay, I know he had like sometimes did some like accents and stuff for stuff. I did not know his origin video. He was going full crazy with it. Okay, I did not know. I'm sorry.
Fasigan Medik. I escaped during a standard nighttime rape. One of my specialties.
What? Okay. Okay, wait a second. I'm going to assume that was just the accent, and it's A-okay.
As a member of the elite trouser snake child army, I realized I could not live like this. At a tender 14 years of age, my only work experience was kidnapping and dudu fadende. I ran to a nearby village and traded my rifle for food and water. The farmer then traded with me and mugged me at gunpoint, forcing me to give up my food and water in exchange for my rifle.
What?
Discouraged, I went to another village, only to find devastation, as the village had been a victim of a recent rape storm sweeping the region.
What is happening? Okay, wait a second. This is who saw this when this came out? Because this is absolutely insane. All right, this didn't get smacked by you, dude. If that's I can't even say without YouTube literally going, oh my god, well, I can't believe what they said. I can't believe they said that, and this guy is getting away with this. What?
After foraging through the trash can, I found several lumps of coal and lemons. I combined these together to make an NVIDIA graphics card. Just
yes?
then, a man dying from the rape nader pulled my leg and said, "Brother, the only way out of here is to become a YouTube superstar." I tell you it is true. My friend needed $5 whole US. $5 US, I thought to myself. Well, that is the equivalent of 5 billion Zimbabwean rupees. Brother, the man said to me again, "Take my Alienware gaming rig. It has only brought my family ruin. Go and become famous YouTuber." With his last words, the man finally succumbed to bullet poisoning. Since then,
Oh my god.
I changed my voice to sound more American.
Okay,
to appeal to the white devils. In truth,
Oh, dude, I was
I
dying.
don't even know what a video game is. And here I am. I am Ogutu Mebike, the man behind SsethTzeentach. And this
Bullet
was
poisoning.
my origin story. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember to like and subscribe.
You can't even keep a straight face. He can't even do it.
Hey, people.
Holy baloney. Okay, I had never seen that. I'd never seen that before. Okay, I'm falling over. I had never seen it before. Holy, that was wild. Okay, I think that actually makes me like him a little bit more actually because that. Okay, wait a second. I was thinking about this in the video or during it, right? I kind of didn't want to interrupt because it was so good, but like that's kind of like a VTuber lore video, right? It's such a bad, sad story. His Alienware gaming rig was by a man who died of bullet poisoning. But am I right about this? That's kind of like a VTuber like lore story like video, right? Kind of. If you really think about it, it's kind of like that, right? Oh my god. I was actually kind of suffering through that. I'm sorry if my laughing gets in the way, but that was crazy. It was crazy. Oh my god, truly tragic. makes as much sense as the average VTuber. I think that makes more sense because at least it's based in reality, right? It's based in reality. It's well, okay, it's like fiction reality, but based on like our reality, right? Hey, people, Seth here. I made my voice to sound more white for you white devils. Okay, I've said this before, and I'll say this again. I have gone on record saying this. I think mini accents, like, they are so good for like timing, like comedic timing, and like it's a good way. It's a good way. It's like there's something about their cadence that just like lets. It's like a natural way of speaking that just like really drives home like punchlines and like build-ups and stuff like. It's so good. It was wonderful. I love that. So we are going to watch their Space Station 13 video here. Let me get over here where I belong with my brothers.
Seth here. Today, I'll be covering a very niche, very infamous, and very autistic game that everyone's asked me to cover since day one. A game where you and many other real, living people with questionable social intelligence roleplay together on the worst space station in the universe, where aliens, shapeshifters, and traitors working for rival corporations are the least of your concern, where the greatest threat to your own existence are your own crew members. Hungry? Come to the station canteen, where the food is definitely poisoned. Injured? Head on down to medical, where half a medication has been relabeled as happy pills. Discouraged? You
Give me some
try
happy
taking
pills.
a
I need some happy
painkiller
pills.
instead. But it wasn't a painkiller, it was LSD. Having a bad trip? Don't worry, there's a security officer nearby to help, but he can't respond because he was murdered
Wait.
and replaced by a genetically modified monkey wearing his
What? What's happening? I don't remember. What? Maybe I'm a clone. Maybe that's this. What are you up to this fine Sunday? Reaction.
uniform. Hallucinating? Keep calm and focus on what's real. Unfortunately for you, the supermassive black hole expanding towards you is not a hallucination. It is, in fact, very real.
The emergency shuttle has been called.
Welcome to Space Station 13. Space Station
I was
13
right, I was
has
right.
a very simple premise. Everyone has a job. Your objective? Do your best to delay the station's
Oh, I gotta
inevitable
censor
destruction,
the
either at
chat.
hands
They're
of
saying wild
antagonists
things. Oh,
or
no.
at the hands of your own incompetent crew. Normally, I give a final score for a game at the end of a video. Not this time. Space Station 13, 10 out of 10. Amazing. Spectacular. Don't play it. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, Space Station 13...
Okay, wait. Now, before we go, I'm gonna guess the reason he doesn't want to play. They don't want you playing it, right? They don't want you playing it. Is because they don't want to go against you. Like maybe you would make it too complicated. Oh, maybe new players make the experience worse, right?
13 is a fantastic game, but I genuinely don't recommend you play it. Why? Because the engine it's running on is probably older than you, because the interface is a convoluted mess, and only usable because me and every other autistic chimpanzee who plays this game has committed the hotkeys to muscle memory because of the insane time investment and commitment required for you to learn a single role, and because, to be perfectly honest,
was
the servers
right!
can't handle all of you. At best,
I was right. It's because you guys suck. 10 out of 10 I hate it. I mean, is there any other games that I would be like 10 out of 10? I hate its guts. Actually, this may be a hot take. My friend, Jammies, I know they were talking about this very often. I quit Elden Ring multiple times, and I absolutely hated it, right? I absolutely hated it. I hated the systems. There's still some stuff I don't particularly enjoy, but I was so against it. It wasn't until like the 4th or 5th attempt where I'm like, it's okay. It's pretty good now. So maybe it's a 10. I love it now, but at the time it was absolutely terrible.
we can handle like 30 extra players before you grind the servers to a halt. For all of these reasons, Space Station 13 always was and always will be a niche title. And maybe that's for the best.
What is my leg
but
doing?
I can offer you something else. I've already killed your hopes and dreams of
there we
playing
go.
the game, so instead let me share some stories of my wonderful experience with Space Station 13. These stories span several years and several different servers, the names of which will forever stay anonymous because I respect their privacy. And received threats from some of the more colorful servers to not mention them by name, or else what's gonna happen if
My
I don't
silence
comply?
is golden.
Are they gonna hire a Bitcoin assassin to run me over with his...
Okay, I'm sorry for interrupting again, but okay, you've heard me say this so many times. The amount of times I said, "Oh, I'm gonna hire a Bitcoin assassin," apparently it came from this video. Memory unlocked. Like, oh yeah, that's where this came from. Oh my god.
ability scooter? Is he gonna stab me with his insulin pen? I don't know. But between you and me, I hate having cum delivered to my mailbox and would prefer to keep it that way. Anyway, I remember the first time playing Space Station very vividly. My friends told me to download it and hop on some shitty server. It had furries and erotic roleplay. More on that later. I enter the round as an assistant. My job to give assistance and to get my hands burnt off trying to hack into places I don't have access to. As I'm screwing around with airlock wires, my friend comes running down the hallway, dragging someone's unconscious body. Frantically, he tells me, "Seth, quick, can you open this door?" Sensing the urgency in his voice, I do. He throws the body inside and sprints away. The airlock closes. 3 seconds later, something explodes. What the fuck was that?
That's a big explosion,
I
holy.
fed him potassium and water pills. It takes a while to metabolize. My friend had just murdered a man in cold blood by turning his body into a living, ticking potassium bomb. As soon as the man's
Is that real? Rofo, go pull up the can is that actually possible? Like, if you put like potassium and like stuff, like, is that actually dangerous? To put it up on the screen right here for everybody. Is that actually dangerous? Thank you, Rofo. Yeah, it is. Okay. Also, hello, Despy.
digestive juices cracked through the potassium tablet, it reacted violently with the water in his stomach and exploded, killing him from inside out. After such a horrific display of homicide, I realized, hey, this game's pretty good. Fast forward a few weeks and I'm learning roles, calling shots, and ignoring every single rule of a server. I also ignored every single rule of medicine. I was a surgeon, top of my class, destined to go where no licensed professional ever has.
This is gonna go
Also,
amazing,
my
I
friend's
swear.
girlfriend started playing with us. To put it bluntly, she wasn't very good, but she was very interested in progressing the medical field in any way possible.
For
Cargo had
science!
just delivered us some complimentary pizza, as thanks for patching up their boys after they got a little too intimate with the xenomorphs on mining station. Brilliance flashed before my eyes. My pupils widened. I started physically sweating, because she said the words I've always dreamt of hearing. Please, turn me into a pizza. And so, I
Give me a second. Turn me into a pizza. Now, are we talking pepperoni? Are we talking like sausage, spicy chicken sausage? I think I'm going pepperoni. I gotta go for a classic, right? Turn me into a pizza. Oh, bad. This game was crazy. I played it twice and it was too much for me. I don't know if I ever played this. I know, for the people out there, that there is a Steam like thing called Space Station 14. I'm not sure, right? I'm not sure if it's actually like active, but you could look into it. Pepperoni, nice.
got to work. Nurse.
Sorry, I knew you were gonna be a sausage. By the way, pepperoni or sausage, by the way, right? It's just cut, so I knew you were gonna be a sausage.
Get me my scalpel, tweezers, protractor, bone gel, and the rest of the unfinished pizza. One horrified clown watched in the operating theater as I cleanly hacked off and cauterized her hands and feet. I opened the pizza box and began attaching her new cheesy limbs. Help, sec to surgery, the clown blurted out.
What?
He's turning her into a Papa John's. The head of medical stormed in.
There's gonna
with
be a
host of
retribution.
Security officers to detain me, but they were too late. Her hands and feet had already been replaced.
How do you-
Surprisingly, she could
How do you walk
just
with that?
fine on a pair of pizza feet, but her lack of opposable pizza thumbs meant that she couldn't really hold anything, let alone pick them up in the first place. However, her pizza hands did make for a convenient and portable source of nutrition. Despite her numerous protests that she consented to the surgery, the head of medical demoted me on the spot and banned me from ever
He was a
practicing
visionary.
medicine, claiming that you can't consent to being a pizza. I was thrown in jail for the rest of the round. Clearly, clearly there was no appreciation for the arts on this station. So, many rounds later, me and my friends found a new purpose, cleaning up the server, one erotic, furry roleplay at a time.
Yes!
Using telecommunications and meta-communications, I expertly pinpointed areas of high homosexual intent, namely the dorm rooms and the showers. As two Khajiit-looking catmen meet privately with one another, they will, inevitably, start writing words such as, "Ooh, Mayak has a quickly surprise for you, my friend," and, yes.
Oh, no.
Tajiran trunk. This is completely unacceptable.
Oh,
Once an
no.
act of high homosexual intent
No!
is in motion, several of our men would mobilize. As they groan, moan, and spit out hairballs on each other, a security officer would barge in, flashbang the feline fornicators, and tag team baton them into submission before another officer handcuffs them to the bed. On the other side of a contaminated dorm room, our team's atmospheric technician sets explosive C4 charges against the station glass. Quickly, we evacuate the biohazard exclusion zone and seal the airlocks. Romeo and Juliet barely have enough time to recover from the flashbang before the charges detonate, depressurizing the room and sucking their bodies out into the black vacuum of space. Another job well done. Many explosive decompressions later, erotic
bad.
roleplay was considered a real occupational hazard.
It already
The Tajiran
is.
Cat Boys got creative, started doing group sessions instead, but these were
Okay, if you realistically, if you're getting like hurt, is that even like legal in these servers? Like they're like, oh, we're just doing erotic roleplay during the session. Is that okay? It's like I feel like that's got to be like against the server, because the thing is, like, there's like servers they're playing on, right? They're like essentially hosted for this. Is there? Oh, I hadn't thought of that actually. Oh, okay. Well, that brings up like other questions. If you're gonna ERP, right, and you're gonna be like, oh, Khajiit has a pretty supplies, right? If you're gonna do that and you're gonna spend money to host a server, why do Space Station 13? Like, you're gonna choose this, right? You're gonna choose this. There's like gotta be better options. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I'm just asking. Like, what is the thought process? How would it happen?
quickly crushed by my friend playing the best roboticist I've ever seen in my life. The airlock doors to their sodomy chamber were welded shut to prevent interruptions, so he drilled right through them with a gigantic combat mech. The air inside was heavy with a sickly sweet smell of wet fur balls and toxoplasmosis. The furries didn't even have time to react before he started unloading shell after shell of flashbang grenades, and thus we all got banned. We paid the price.
Okay, I was just wondering about that.
Unconscious for 10 minutes.
If this is flashbang, by the way. Here, wait a second.
Straight priceless.
There you go. Thanks for watching on YouTube, by the way. If they're just like in our mind, server owner participating or okay in it, then wouldn't them doing this like be harassment? So yeah, I was gonna say they gotta get banned. They gotta.
The server didn't last long anyway. The admin's mom shut it down as soon as she saw the electricity bill. So me and my friends
don't tell me that's real.
Enrich other servers.
Don't tell me that's real.
Good at being a chemist. In other words, I always stole the syringe gun at the start of a round and filled it with lethal doses of chloral hydrate for my own protection, of course. I also gave whatever chemical anyone requested, which gives me some moral ambiguity and 2 degrees of separation from any pranks or murders that took place as a result of said chemicals. If a clown asks for space lube, he's gonna get space lube. One time, a clown managed to lube the entire hallway outside of medical, all the way to departures. Now, departures is usually the place where the escape shuttle docks to get us out of our quickly burning heap of a station. However, if there's no call for a shuttle, departures is completely empty, besides the airlock, which the clown had hacked open. Several people
wouldn't have
running
depressurized this entire area, though?
And accelerated themselves face first into the infinite vacuum of space. Security figured out it was the clown, and in true security fashion, also slipped on the space lube. With most of the crew floating around dead in space, the station had to be evacuated. He was later banned from playing clown ever again. Several rounds later, I finally spawned as a traitor.
Mission specification encrypted. Welcome to the syndicate.
And I had no idea what I was doing. But I
Okay,
wanted my first time to be special. Conveniently, an assistant comes in, bleeding all over, because he was probably trying to break into the armory without insulated gloves. His character sprite had maximum melanin and an afro. His roleplay-friendly name was Madick. An idiot, but a useful idiot. There were no medical staff on hand except me, so I said, hey, I know a little bit of surgery. Let me fix you up. I put him under general anesthetic and took out my syndicate PDA. With this, I can discreetly teleport a few traitor items into my inventory to help me achieve my objective, which in this case was murdering the head of security. I ordered 2 sets of voice-activated explosives, which trigger upon hearing the recorded code phrase. I set this to the word most likely to be spoken by this mentally retarded human being. Can you guess what that is? I surgically opened his ass and inserted the first of the explosives. Then I lodged the second one.
This is gonna go bad. This is going bad. This is break it bad. This is break it bad quick.
I took off the anesthetic and began to put my plan in action. I would arm this simple-minded moron with illegal weaponry with the hopes that security would detain him on possession charges. I gave him all the
getting
LSD,
smart.
all the chloral hydrate syringes, and an entire spray bottle of space lube. I had expertly equipped him to be the ultimate griefing machine. Proud of my work, I gave him a hug and set him loose on the world. But just before he left medical, he turned around and said, thanks, nigger.
Oh!
And we both exploded. My other times playing antagonist.
Oh man,
about just as well.
Oh man, that was a cool plan. He knew psychology. What they were gonna do is just like he didn't know exactly how dumb it was gonna be. I mean, oh man, that was so cool. Okay, I feel like this is like Among Us before Among Us. It's like you're a traitor and but there's like more options you can do. It's like teleporting items in. You can never predict stupidity. But see, I'm not sure about that. Like, if there's like a smart option and a stupid option, you know what I mean? Like, you're probably like this person's probably gonna pick the stupid option. I don't know. Incredible. Oh man, I really wanted it. I was waiting for the guy to explode for him to get the security guy.
Once I started as the leader of a cult, our objective was to seize control of the station and sacrifice our mortal bodies to summon a physical manifestation of our dark god. However, I wasn't very good at it. These were my servants. We found a nice, quiet, and most importantly, abandoned bar near the north end of the station, which we began redecorating with our own blood. You see, cultists need to learn a set of ancient words that's randomly generated every round. If you arrange them in the right order, you can perform different spells and rituals to advance your goals. We didn't get far, because the most dangerous thing to an incompetent cult is a single crew member doing their job. The fucking janitor found us. We tried to negotiate, convince him that it's...
What's this, guys? Imagine in your mind. You're going along, you just clean it up, you come down a hallway with fucking cobwebs, and there's 6 guys, veins open, bleeding, writing on the walls, and they all stare at you. What are you gonna do? Hey guys, what's up? What's happening? Oh my god.
Actually crayon and not blood all over the floor, but that didn't work, so we tried to murder him instead. That didn't work either. He used his mop to slip us with soapy water and ran off to call security. As you can see, I'm not very proficient.
You lose against mop water?
I find myself being abused by traitors. Some of the worst offenders in this regard are definitely wizards, since wizards have a bad tendency to
wizards in space?
Me as well. Not too long ago, me and my friends played a round that was already in progress. As soon as we entered, we realized something was very wrong. An announcement played on the radio. Penis Inspection Day is in effect. All crew members must report to Doc Johnson for their mandatory penis inspection. Doc Johnson was very clearly a wizard. I knew what was coming, and yet I resigned myself to fate and went to medical reception. Doc Johnson
okay, at least he's going along with it, right?
New patients. He led me to a private room, asked me if I'm circumcised, and told me that I passed the inspection with flying colors. What a surprise, I thought. He's not actually gonna grief me. But I was wrong. As I turned away to leave, he blew off my ass magically. Hey, it's wizardry. I ain't gotta explain shit. Anyway, what? Doc Johnson is a terrible doctor. He left me bleeding on the floor as he took my ass cheeks and used them as a hat.
There was... There's actual. Look. There's actual. What? What is this game? I kind of want to play this a little bit. Who wants to play some Space Station 13?
Highly unprofessional, would not recommend. A round of Space Station 13 can be very intense. At other times,
Peace
it can
Inspector
be very
Day.
slow-paced and almost relaxing. If you're not a traitor and you don't have anything urgent to handle, you can always just roleplay and get comfy in a bar, while the piano plays anime songs and the jukebox plays whatever deep-fried ASMR bullshit you keep putting on. It's a very wholesome experience, and it helps you get emotionally invested with the other members of your crew, which are often nice people. However, security is often staffed by egotistical megalomaniacs acting out their most depraved power fantasies.
Yeah,
They
that
are
matches
often
up.
Not nice people. As a result of their inherent propensity to be insane sociopaths, the rest of a crew will often rebel against their tyranny. In one such case, Cargo had declared independence. Security refused to recognize the independent station state of Cargonia, so they tried to barge their way in and arrest everyone involved, including me. But security was unprepared for the trap we had in store. One officer rushed into cargo bay and slipped on a banana peel straight into the conveyor belt waiting for him. He tried repeating.
Okay, there's like a constant in this where people are slipping on like the ground. This seems like the most powerful thing ever. You put lube on the ground, you put soap on the ground, you put bananas on the ground, and you're done. You got it. You're the master. You're the master of the space station. Just put something on the ground and people fall. Can't they see the banana peel? Also, high explosion. See, this is what I was nervous about, by the way. I've never done React, so I know how it's gonna go. Physics are strongest thing ever. Physics are the strongest thing ever. Boing.
To get back up, only to be tripped again by
I didn't do
an ocean
anything.
of banana peels on the conveyor belt, which looped around in a circle. Surrounding that circle was another circle, composed entirely of vending machines. The officer was also
That
being
doesn't look like a
brutally
circle to
assaulted
me.
by several hundred cans of soda. The vending machines were hacked, and as a result, they would continuously fire drinks at whoever is in the area. Each officer
Does that hurt?
slipped into the banana belt, got
You
smashed
know what's
unconscious by a
happening, and it's
relentless
still
stream of
going?
Discount Dan soda. Trademark. All rights reserved. After extensive head trauma by our soda turrets, security reluctantly accepted Cargonia's independence and their right to bear arms. If there's one department that has more revolutions than cargo, it would have to be science, and it's easy to understand why.
Science!
We spend our lives researching away for the good of the station, which does of course carry its own share of risks and hazards. Sometimes accidents happen. Sooner or later, some bored and mentally challenged assistant will try and put a bag of holding into another bag of holding. And security can't always comprehend that we're not directly responsible for the resulting black hole eating through the kitchen. This lack of appreciation for the scientific profession usually
It's so
ends with
easy.
arrest
Infinite
warrants
energy.
for the
Bag of
whole
holding with bag of
department, which is
holding.
usually
Black hole.
answered
Get
back with
'em.
the words, "I'd like to see you try." But when we're not having a nuclear arms race with security, R&D is actually quite a chill department. I also made a great discovery last time I played there. Me and another scientist were messing around with blueprints and eventually made ourselves a pneumatic cannon. Normally, these are used to launch
That's
whatever items
like a
you
t-shirt
have
cannon,
inside.
right?
What we didn't know was that it could launch food as well. I loaded a lasagna, aimed for the mouth, and fired it at my fellow researcher. The lasagna disappeared. What the hell? That's amazing, he said. We just realized what happened. I had just managed to remotely force feed my fellow man.
Okay, wait. How does that even work? I guess it just must be game mechanics where like the cannon just like force feeds you stuff, but this is so dangerous because like you can lace it with drugs or something. We all have the right to bear arms. Yeah, I have arms. What are you gonna do about it? I got arms. Space Switzerland armed with soda conveyors? Apparently.
But what do we do with this forbidden knowledge? Nothing good, that's for sure.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I saw that coming.
Chemistry for hallucinogenic drugs. They said no. So we built our own chemistry dispensers, filled up the beakers with happy juice, and ran straight to the kitchen. We injected all the donuts and hot pockets we could find with as much LSD mind-breaker toxin as they could hold. Then, we loaded them into our food delivery system and started firing off at everyone in the hallways. The food was instantly delivered. The crew was instantly satisfied. Several people, including security officers, managed to see the 2 small lines of text indicating that they've just been fed something. They thought it was extremely clever and said they didn't know the pneumatic cannon could do that. Since it was just a bit of harmless fun, we got off scot-free. Minutes later, the hallucination started. Crew members started screaming on the radio. Some were puking, shaking, or convulsing on the ground. Medical couldn't keep up with the bodies. They piled on too quick, and most of the doctors were too busy fighting off non-existent entities to do anything about it. The chemist, who originally refused to give us LSD, was arrested by security on suspicion of intentional food
Absolute
poisoning.
cinema.
It was complete pandemonium, and I think it illustrates perfectly the chaos that is Space Station 13.
What is a rock cooking?
That's all I have for you today, folks. There is,
Oh,
of course, more
man.
stories to tell, but we'd literally be here for hours. Space Station 13, a marvelous, unique,
Honk, honk.
and incredibly shitty game. 10 out of 10, don't play it, because if you do, they're gonna blame it on me, and I hate
They're
having
gonna
cum
blame
in
it
my
on me.
mailbox.
Well,
As always,
how
more
old is
content
this?
to come, so stay tuned. On other news, I started a Subscribe-Star account, so if you'd
Subscribe?
like to
What
invest
the-
and don't want to give your money to Patreon,
I like Seth.
now you can.
I like
A
Seth,
warm
okay.
thanks to the many
Mini
members
merchants.
of the Merchants Guild.
Yeah, the mini
generously
members of the
funding
Merchants
and
Guild.
bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful.
20 plus years?
Have a good
No
one.
way, this is 20 years old. Also, wait, how old? Why is this so long? What is this? Why is there actually like... There's so many minutes after that. Okay, that was... it was pretty good. Oh, man. Man, watching this, it really reminds me why I like Seth so much. It was, dude, like, there's just like a special way that like he crafts these stories. Now, the thing is, I think this is, I don't... Do you think this is real? All right. It's like, do you think they actually did this? Do you or do you think they're actually creative enough to like make up these stories? Like, do you think this actually happened?